Recording in progress. So, congratulations to those of you who have achieved that 11, that magic 11 class. And that's exciting when we get to give out t-shirts. And so we will talk about sizing and colors closer to probably the end. That way I can just send them all out at one time. There are 3 different colors of t-shirts, and once you earn those, you get to start earning sweatshirts. And so everybody likes a nice shirt to wear, and I like that y'all go out and promote the class. So maybe we can get new people to come and sign up. One thing that I really like about the t-shirts is they have our principles on the back to remind us that everything we do is in principle. And it's kind of a life lesson. There are principles that we follow in life. Whatever you personally choose to believe, there are certain principles that you follow, and you follow that no matter where you go. You don't just follow it in one place or in one setting. You follow it everywhere, and it's who you are. And so that's kind of what Tai Chi does to us. It becomes who we are, in the way we carry ourselves and move our bodies, that sets ourselves up for the prevention of falls. Ultimately, that is our goal with the program. Plus, it's just kind of nice and to learn something new or something different that we haven't ever learned before. So for some of y'all, this is the first time y'all have ever taken Tai Chi class. And I want you to think on week 11, with 5 classes left to go, think about yourself on that very, very first day of Tai Chi class, where you didn't know what to expect, or maybe you just were kind of iffy about it. You didn't know if it was for you. And look at you, how far you come, how much you have learned in this really short period of time, even though it has been 11 weeks. Almost 3 months, y'all. We've been together 3 months.
Wow.
Now, yeah, time goes by so fast. Keep in mind that if everything goes as planned, our goal is to continue this class. We will start again in January. I actually have my calendar. I've been putting things in my 2026 calendar. This past year, I started on January the 7th. So that was the first full week of January. And I haven't for sure talked to Sam about it, but it'll either be January the 6th or the 13th, one of those days, just so you can kind of get an idea when class starts all over. You are welcome to take this class again. You can take it forever. You don't ever have to go to another class, because as you know, you learn the moves, and as you practice them, you get a deeper understanding of the moves, and you just have a different experience. I've been doing Tai Chi for a lot of years, and I've been teaching it consistently since 2012, and I still never get bored with just these part 1 basic and advanced movements. However, if you feel like you got this, you are ready to move on, I do have a Friday class. I call it the exploring class, because I don't want to intimidate anybody ever, but I don't want to call it advanced, because that feels pressure, and I don't like pressure. So it's just exploring. We explore the moves differently and more. We have sometimes more in-depth conversations about those moves. And right now, week 11, in my exploring class, we are doing part 2. Or we're just diving into it. No pressures. There's never any pressures in Tai Chi. So just that gives you something to think about as we, come near the end of this class, which it won't be until December. We still have 5 more weeks after today, but I just want you to be thinking, how you would like to continue. I don't want you to stop. I want you to keep coming back and keep learning with me and keep being part of this amazing group where we get to learn from each other. So I'm warming myself up as I talk. You see me open and closing my hands and walking back and forth. It's very chilly today, and it just kind of dipped down big time from yesterday. I think we have a maybe 20 degrees high difference from yesterday into today, and I definitely feel that even inside. The inside of this room is chilly. So that gives me some opportunity or thinking that I need to warm up a little bit more. So, I know I had told y'all last week that I may have jury duty, and I wasn't exactly sure how it would work and how it would affect this class. But what I didn't realize is that it was a grand jury. It was not the other kind of jury. I don't know what that jury's called. Trial jury. Anyway, it's grand jury, and I am on the grand jury. So, Miss Barbara coming back in. I'm on the grand jury, but that will not affect this class. I have to go report 2 more times, once in December and once in February, but it'll be on Thursdays. So it won't affect the class, but just know that I got picked, and so I just feel very honored to be a part of the grand jury process. I feel so American and civic minded. All right, so let's get in our stable stance where our feet are about shoulder width apart. There's Miss Iris. We have our good posture. I got my phone ready to play music and then never pushed play. There it is. I'm always nervous what music is going to actually play when I push that on my phone. Because y'all know I go to the gym in the mornings and I'll be listening to some crazy stuff sometimes. All right, we're breathing. If your nose isn't stopped up, but thankfully God gave us another hole to breathe from. We got our mouth we can breathe through. We want to let go of any tension we may be holding on to. Any stress, we want to just throw it over there at the door. We'll pick it up when we leave. But at least for the next hour, we get to be calm. We get to move slow. Let's warm up all our major joints, starting with our neck by bringing our hands up. Turn and pull them towards our chin and chest. Push and follow those hands all the way down. Chin towards our chest, feeling a slight stretch in the back of our necks. And I'm just breathing at my own pace. An attempt to fully fill my lungs with air. And empty them. For our shoulders, rolling those shoulders. And back. Like I've told you before, these movements you could do every single day to get your body ready for movement, because it's warming up those major joints. Other shoulder movement. I love to see y'all's movement. I see you're going slowly, and it just sets that tone for us to be calm and relaxed. For our spine, we get our ball and separate. Stretching that spine. Now back to our ball and go side to side. Very small movement. Continue to breathe. Engage the muscles in your stomach and back as you move side to side. Reminding us that the strength of our core can help keep us upright. So not just leg strength, but also the strength of our core. All those muscles that surround our spine help keep us upright. Now for our hips, shifting weight to one leg, heel forward, hands back, pause in the middle, and toe back at that angle. If you need to skip these hand movements and hold on to a chair, ain't no shame in it, y'all. We want to do what we have to do to be able to hold weight on one leg and help get those muscles stronger to keep us stable and upright. So you see our goals, even if we don't have balance issues, we're preventing falls. And if we already fall or have fallen and we're a little bit nervous, that's okay. That is very normal to be nervous, especially if you got hurt. Sometimes you know somebody who fell and got hurt, and that increases your anxiety about falling. But we want to focus on what we can do in strengthening our muscles. We want to try to not think about falls. Sometimes we can make things happen just talking about it or fearing it. But we have body awareness to know that we're holding it upright. As we hold weight on one leg, we're keeping that hip, knee, and ankle aligned. As we move through life, we're aware of our environment, noticing anything that may be a fall risk, anything in the floor, any cords, any rugs, any liquid spill that may cause slipping, any little toys. Just checking our environment as we move through life. For our knees, shifting weight, lift, tap and punch. You see that little extra check right there I did? It's because I felt myself being kind of wobbly and not ready to lift and tap that foot out. So I brought it and just gave myself a chance to regroup, then place that foot out. So that's just paying attention to your body and doing what you need to do. And sometimes I think in class, we think we have to just follow the leader in everything that they do. But be more concerned with how your body is feeling as you go through these movements. Don't worry about exactly copying me and staying in the same pace. If you're a little bit slower, that's okay. If you need some time to regroup, if you want to skip, every other one. Whatever's going to work for you. Because I've done that same thing where I have followed the leader of who's teaching me, and my body is different than theirs. I know one time I was exactly matching the spacing of a person's feet, and I wasn't realizing that their frame was a lot different than mine. They were a lot taller than me, so their steps were different, and I was wearing myself out trying to copy them. So everything we do is small. We think about staying within our frame. Less is more in Tai Chi. Sometimes more is more, but not here. Now for our ankles, shifting weight and heel toe. Back, shift weight, heel toe. Bring it back, shift weight, and big toe, little toe. Little toe, big toe. My ankles feel especially flexible today, and that may be from working those ankles and paying attention to doing these exercises to decrease the tension and stiffness. Some days you just have good days with your joints, and some days you have bad days with your joints. And we do what we can on both of those days, and sometimes it looks very different. All right, we're good and warmed up. We're going to go through our basic 6, the ones that those 6 movements that we feel best about because we've had the most experience. We'll dive back into our advanced 6. We've went through the movements on both sides without much practice going towards the right. But let's don't worry about advanced 6 right now. Let's just worry about basic 6. So I'm going to turn around. Again in our stable stance. And we're breathing. Weights on both legs, no tension. And commence. Hands come up, down, shift right. Place left, hands come in and up. Shift left as they go out. Right foot forward, hands come back, open and close. Single whip. Shift left, place right, push, turn and separate. Eyes follow that left hand. Shift left, bring that right foot back, waving hands in clouds. Step, switch, turn. Shift, step, switch, turn. Shift, step, switch, turn, shift, step, switch, turn, to the middle for open and close, single whip, shift right, place left, shift, separate, eyes follow that right hand. Shift right, bring that left foot, left hand back, waving hands in clouds. Step, switch, turn. Shift, step, switch, turn. Shift, step, switch, turn. Following our 4 words, our little cheat sheet we made for ourselves. Going through 1 move at the time. Working on making it more slow, smooth, and
Man, do it in your man, don't watch it.
open, close, and close it out. So that's talking you through it. Let's do it this time. I'll just say the names of the movements. Alright, here we go. And commence. Open, close. Single whip.
Left,
Waving hand clouds.
right foot. Wait your hand like a cloud.
Remember, we're counting to 6. That's 3, 4. We got 2 more. I always count the turns because they're last. But you can count whatever works for you. Open, close. Single whip.
To the left. Left foot in and out.
Waving hands in clouds.
To the left.
Open, close, and close it out. Good? Y'all feeling good about this?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, does it seem like this, it's getting shorter? since the first time you learned all of that?
Yes.
That's how I feel sometimes. It's like, well, that was it. Like we spent, so many weeks working and learning for those basic six, and it just felt like, oh gosh, it was a little overwhelming. And now that we've practiced it and we're better at it, we're like, well, that's it? That's all of it? Really? That means that you're getting better at it, because it doesn't seem like such an undertaking to be able to do those. So keep practicing. As we move into our advanced movements, I want you to really think about the connection of weight shift and hand movement. And we get the idea of that with our single whip. Like where we shift, we place the foot, because remember, we always empty step. We don't immediately give weight to a foot or to a step. Then when we do give weight to that front foot, we do it at the same time that we push out. So see, there's that hand movement and weight shift that happens at the same time. When we do commence, we come up, we go down with our hands, and weight shifts down to that leg. We step, empty, no weight just yet, but then weight goes to that front foot as we take those hands out. So I want you to really be thinking about connecting hand movement with weight shift. When you really start to get that, you're going to go, Tai Chi. It's going to make advanced six easier because it happens all the way through our advanced six. So let's go through our basic six one more time, noticing those movements that we have a hand movement and a weight shift happening at the same time. Okay? Here we go. And commence. There it is, right there. And there. Open and close. Single whip. There.
Going left. Open. Right foot go in and out.
Clouds.
I break the valve. Pinch it. Back. Don't look at her, honey. Step by step. Put your hand in the routine. Put your hand in the routine.
Open, close. Single whip.
Breaking from the step, put your in and out.
Waving hands in clouds.
You go this way. Not in the hand.
Open, close. Close it out. So once you learn your movements, you can go through those movements thinking about different things or focusing on different things. That time I asked you to think about weight shift with hand movement and the times that happened. You know, sometimes you can go through it and just think about your pace and staying slow, smooth, and continuous. Because, you know, when we first learn it, it's more choppy. And then as we know it better, we can smooth out those edges. We can think about our posture the whole time. We can think about breath. A lot of times I'll think about that my arms are away from my body for an open joint, specifically in the shoulder joint. So you can go through the moves and you know the moves so well that you can think about other things. You're not thinking, oh gosh, what's the next part of this move, or what is the next move? So that's the joy in learning, and that's why we never get tired of Tai Chi. That's why we can go to exploring class and talk about it more, because it's dynamic. So many pieces and parts to it. All right. Any questions or anything that you want to talk about with Basic 6? All right. Well, we're going to dive to Advanced 6, starting with brush knee. So I'm going to turn my back to you, and you know I'll do things like turn, and then so I can come at you so you can see the different angles. But when I start my Advanced 6, I come over here because my first advanced movements all go to the left. So I finish over here at the end of our Basic 6, and I move over here for the So we're coming from open and close, so our hands are facing each other. Weights on both feet. Brush knee. We shift left. We turn that right toe in. When we shift weight to that right foot, I'm going to lay that right hand out in front of me, and my left hand goes over my elbow. I bring that left foot, left hand back, and I step left towards the left. I bring my right hand up and turn it. Now I'm ready to shift weight, and here's one of those moments where I shift the weight to my left foot as I push or extend that right hand out, and then I follow step right. So there's the end of brush knee. And so sometimes I may use the word push. And I use the word push because one of our principles is gentle resistance. And so if I think that the air is heavy and I'm having to gently push through it, then I'm using gentle resistance by saying the word push. But when I say the word push, I don't want you to think you're actually pushing something. Because when I think about pushing something, I mean I'm going to put everything I have into it. And most likely if I'm pushing something, I'm going to lean into whatever I'm pushing. But we're not leaning because why? One of our principles is upright posture. So even when I push or extend, I maintain that upright posture. So remember that, and don't let my words mess you up, because I feel that same way too. If I feel like I'm going to push, I'm going for it. But this is the word push to remind you about gentle resistance. And so sometimes I use the word push. Sometimes I use the word extend, because I want you to know you're extending from your body. You're not going with it. Your body stays the same, and you extend it out. Another thing I want you to remember is that you never lock your elbow. So yes, you're extending your arm, but it's kind of hard to see because I have on two shirts. But you don't go out. You see that? That's locked. That's extended, but not locked. It's still soft. So just those are tips to remember so that you're following principle and getting the most out of that movement. Upright posture lessens your chance that you're going to fall. As soon as you start leaning, you're going towards falling. So upright posture always. All right, so again, brush knee. We shift left, right toe in. Shift right, lay that right hand out, and that left hand's hovering over that elbow. I bring that left foot, left hand back, Now I step left towards the left, and that step is empty. No weight on that foot yet. I bring this right hand up and turn it. Shift left as I extend or push, and follow step right. So that's the end of brush knee. Follow step right. The follow step foot never gets weight. The follow step foot is the end or the period at the end of that movement. And it will be the first foot that does something in the next movement.
So this one won't go out.
So the first movement, or the next movement is play the lute. The first movement is step back right. And see how small that step is. It's like a half of a step, and it's still empty. So all the weight is still on this left foot. And when I step back right, my hands go from here, where one hand is at my hip, palm down. This hand's extended out, palm facing out, palm down, palm out. When I step back, I turn my hands, and I'm preparing them to pass each other. Okay, so that's why I turn them this way, is because I'm going to pass those hands. The hand pass comes with the weight. So I step back right, turn hands. I shift as they pass each other. And when I get to that elbow, I follow step left. And you saw how small that was. Here to here. About a half a step. Follow step foot, no weight. Follow step foot, the period. Follow step foot, the first foot that moves in the next movement. All right, those two moves put together. So this is just a good review of what we've already learned. Brush knee, shift, right toe in, shift, extend or lay, separate, prepare, step. Right hand comes up and turns. Shift left as I extend that hand or push. Follow step right. Play the lute. Step back, turn hands. Shift as they pass. And follow step. All right, this time I'm going to just call out the names of the movement. Follow me. Commence. Not commence. Brush knee. Play the lute. There we go. First two moves. Next move is parry, parry, and punch. We're here. We just follow step left, so we know that's our first step. We're going to step left and flip our hands. Now we shift as those hands pass. Right step, flip hands, shift as those hands pass. Step left, put up a guard, and our right hand comes to our hip or our front pocket. We shift left as we deliver and follow step right. All right, so I'm going to come at you with this. We did brush knee. We did play the lute. All right, here's parry punch. Step and flip. Shift and parry. Step and flip. Shift and parry. Step guard. You see where my hand is? At my pocket, at my hip. Shift, deliver, follow step. Did y'all know that what makes a waffle a Belgian waffle is the flip? Did you know that? Because I didn't. I didn't until yesterday. We were talking about this move, the flip, and how when you go to a hotel that you'd have that little waffle maker and you flip it. And that's what that move reminds me of, is the flip of that waffle maker. And someone said that's a Belgian waffle. That the flip makes it a Belgian waffle. Otherwise, it's just a waffle. Because regular waffle makers, you just put it in there, put the batter in there, and it just stays like that. Now, if y'all don't think that's true, it's okay, because it may not be. But that's what they told me yesterday, and I didn't have any reason to argue. So, a Belgian waffle it is. So, we are Belgian waffling whenever we parry, parry, and punch. So, the flip, may it remind you of that waffle maker. And then the parry, our hands pass and we go to that elbow. That parry is like putting on those long white gloves. Or if you're not into that kind of thing, I used to think of it as a kitty cat that sat on the palm of my arm and I was petting that kitty cat. Flip and pet that kitty cat. Now, never mind that cat probably wouldn't stay there, probably scratch and scream. But we can pretend anything we want to with our imaginations. And so it can be a kitty or it can be white gloves. And so that may help you with that movement too. In terms of energy, so we talk about Tai Chi and how we're trying to increase our life energy, that thing that makes us alive. Whatever all this stuff is going on in our body, we are alive. We are a body that has life. And so we want to increase that chi, that life. We want to increase that life energy, especially into this area of our body where our life organs are housed. Our heart, our lungs, all the digestive things. I think most of us are beyond the reproduction things, but it's all the life happenings. Without all this is what makes us work. And so think about, what's this move? Oh, play the lute and parry and parry. Think about that move where we're pulling in that good energy. We're pulling in that good energy. So we do it here, we pull it in, and then we pull in, and we pull in. So we're pulling that energy towards our torso. So you can think about the power of that movement as well. See, so many things that we can think about when we're doing these moves and learning new and advanced ways to think about it. So, parry, parry, and punch. The move is called parry and punch, but I like using parry, parry, and punch because there's something happening for each of those words. So we have, okay, play the lute. Now we have parry, parry, and punch. So if you think about the words parry, parry, and punch, then you know you have something to do with each of those words. Your parry is this, your parry is this. That move is a parry. The and is that guard. And then the punch is what I like to call deliver the flowers. You get the flower from your front pocket and you deliver those flowers. And that's why that hole is on top. That's why you come up at an angle, hovering those wrists, is because it's delivering flowers. You're not really punching, and you're surely not hammering down on yourself. So it's called parry and punch, but parry, parry, and a lot of times I'll say deliver. to remind you you're delivering those flowers. All right, let's put those 3 together. We're really home free after that because those last 2 moves of Advanced 6 are block and close and push the mountain. So we step back, hands come to our hips, and then push mountain. We step forward, hands extend from our body. We go back to the front and open and close, and then we do it to the other side. So though brush knee and parry and punch, they're the most complicated moves. And then we're home free. We just step back and step forward, and then we're Gucci. Okay. So putting those from the top, coming from open and close, brush knee. Play the loop.
Face each other. Face each other.
Parry,
One
punch.
left. One left.
Parry.
Face each other. Walk.
Parry.
Walk again.
And
Right
punch.
on. Left one.
All right, let's finish it off because we got this.
And back back.
Lock and close. Step back.
Lock.
Release our
Back.
hands.
Back and up on your right.
Lift and bring them to our hips. Follow step. Push the tiger. Step left. Extend those arms as we shift.
Down to the front. Open.
Follow step right. Now to the front. Step. Our hands are staying out away from us. Now they face each other. Open and close.
Face each other. Open, close.
All right, let's do it again. Advanced 6. Brush knee. I'm making it choppy so you can follow the choppy version before you start learning to smooth it out. Play the lute.
Okay.
Parry punch.
Up.
Step and flip. Shift and parry. Step and flip. Shift
up again.
and parry.
Oh, yeah, left on.
Step and guard. Shift, deliver. Follow step.
Back, Thomas.
Lock and close. Step back, release hands. Shift as they come to my hips.
Look, see.
Follow step.
Push it out.
Tiger. Step. Shift as I push. Follow step.
Turn around, open and close.
Step.
Open, look, face each other.
Open, close.
Oh,
Close it out. So that's our Advanced 6 to the left. I'm not going to ask how you feel about it. I hope that you're learning and grasping it. I know when I first did it, I was so overwhelmed. We learned it this way, and then they sent us home to figure it out the other way all by ourselves. And I was overwhelmed by all the movements. And so what I know is that you practice and you get better at it. So let's practice it again. Not commence, brush knee.
Let's brush it. Look,
Play the lute.
back. Up on the right.
Shift and
Look.
parry punch.
Face each other. Face each other. Step the other leg out. Step the other leg out. Pull your arm up. Back.
Lock and close.
Back forward again.
Push the tiger.
And around to the front.
Those are probably your favorite moves because they're easy.
Face each other. Face each other. Each other. Face.
Open, close.
See, you
You
did
may
good.
just sit there and look at me until until you get to push the tiger or block and close and push the tiger and be like, yeah, I got those. Feel like a superstar. No, but you'll get it. And you know now why I was saying how important it is for you to really grasp hand movement and weight shift. Because think about play the lute and how there's the hand movement in the weight shift. Think about parry punch where there's hand movement and a weight shift. Hand movement and a weight shift. Hand movement and a weight shift. Block and close. Hand movement and a weight shift. Push the tiger. Hand movement and a weight shift. So you see why I prepared you for that. Because all the way through Advanced 6, if you don't know hand movement and a weight shift, you're missing it. You're missing the smooth and continuous part of our principle. It takes time, but go ahead and start practicing that from the beginning. Because, when we very first, when we do brush knee, we can easily make it choppy. Shift, turn. There's the weight shift with the hand movement. But, there's those moments when we don't have to smooth and continuous. We can make it choppy. But really practice weight shift and hand movement. Even if you're only practicing block and close, at least for now, block and close and push the tiger. And so practice block and close and push the tiger with one foot in the front and then put the other foot in the front and block and close and push the tiger. Because we do it both ways. We do it to the left and to the right. But if you're just practicing those two moves, then you're going to want to even out the muscle work by having the other foot in front, block and close, and then block and close. But practice hand movement and weight shift. So I try to give you a manageable type homework. I don't want you to go forth and just practice everything until I see you next Tuesday. I try to pick something that's manageable and something you can remember and easily do. You're welcome to do more than that, of course, but practice that weight shift with hand movement. Weight shift with hand movement. All right, let's.
Jennifer,
I
have one question. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so when we're doing it, I have a tendency to tighten my fingers. Should they be relaxed when I'm pushing out, or do I just relax the hand?
Yeah, relax those fingers. It's kind of it's a floaty kind of feeling. Okay. I think that there is like this fine line of gentle resistance, because resistance feels rigid, or just the words feels rigid. And so when we think push, we think rigid, we think good, but remember gentle.
Gentle, okay.
And so keep those fingers just relaxed. Like they're engaged, they're not just, hanging around. They're engaged, but just loose. So try not to tighten them. And what happens whenever you become rigid and stiff like this is that you are, you're being hard on your finger joints. And so these little joints, you can get arthritis in those joints, and that rigidity can hurt your joints. But if you keep it soft, then you're not putting those pressures on your joints. So remember that for all your joints. But these hand joints, arthritis is wear and tear of our joints. And so that happens with time. And time comes age. And so as we get older, we are more likely to get arthritis in our joints. And these little bitty joints can sometimes suffer. For those of us who work with our hands, whether you do in the yard or cleaning, cooking, sewing, crafting, it starts wearing on those hand joints. So do what you can to protect those. One way, and this is outside of Tai Chi class, but one way to help strengthen the muscles that are in your hands, which can help support our joints. Is if you don't have a stress ball that you can squeeze, you can take like a big thing of socks, like athletic socks, and ball them up and squeeze it in your hands. So then you can work those muscles. And that's if you don't have a like a stress squeezy ball. If you would like a stress squeezy ball, I mean, people are giving them away all the time. Just let me know. I'll see what I can do. But I have seen where people balled up a big thing of socks and could squeeze it. If you have a ball of yarn, same kind of thing. Anything that's, squishy. So, but that works that muscle and gently. All right, let's cool down. I tell you what, it's amazing how fast an hour goes, isn't it?
Yes.
Let's massage our legs, and next week we will go to the right. I don't want to push y'all too hard, too fast. I want us to get familiar and comfortable with what these movements are, but not so comfortable that going to the other side is going to mess us all the way up. So we'll tackle it to the right next week. All right, gather tension and then let it go. We don't want to live with tension. Keeping our bodies tense can cause pain. Tense and relax. And that happens sometimes when you're in pain. You tense up your body because you're hurting, but it can make your pain worse. So be aware that if you're in pain, make sure you're not holding yourself tense. And I know pain is tricky. Right hand made into a fist, and see, it's a loose fist. I'm not squeezing my hands. That represents our strength. Our left hand, fingers together, represents our friendship. Our thumb in, our humility. We put those together. In mutual respect, we say namaste.
Namaste.
So thank y'all so much for being here today, and we'll do it again next week. Y'all let me know if I can do anything for you this week, and I will do my best. If we need to meet online and practice anything, I'm happy to do it. Y'all just let me know, okay?
Okay.
All right. Love y'all.
Out there.
Have a great week. Y'all stay warm this week.
You too.
I will. Bye.
I'm ready for summer already.
No. It was too hot this past summer. I'm ready to complain about being cold. Just for a little bit, Ed. Just for a little bit. All right. Bye.
Bye.